What they're trying to do is stimulate inflation, but that makes it harder for the poor and middle class to survive.
All right, Robert, you recently tweeted that while the free money may make people happy now, that is going to be very short-lived. And as I mentioned, some Democrats are already pushing for recurring direct payments and automatic unemployment insurance extensions as part of the so-called Biden administration Build Back Better plan. So break it down for us, Robert. Why is a stimulus going to crash the economy and impoverish the poor and the middle class?
The reason it's not going to work, it goes really simply to this law here. It's Gresham's law. Bad money drives out good money. And so all the money these Democrats or whoever they are proposing, it's just going to print more fake money, more bad money. And it's going to drive out good money, which is good for gold and silver and some crypto. But the Biden plan is just going to just drive out, it's not going to work. It hasn't worked throughout history. You look at Gresham's law here, it didn't work since the time of the Romans, when they were filing off the edges of their coins to get the silver out of the coins. It didn't, and violating Gresham's law brought to power a man named Adolf Hitler, which cost, 20-something million lives, and all counted in. And as you know from being from South Africa, Zimbabwe violated Gresham's law. So every time Gresham's law is violated, we have massive problems. So the Biden plan is going to make it 10 times worse. So what they do was when they print all that money, there is only one way to kill capitalism, and that is by taxes, and more taxes. So you look at what Biden's proposing, he's going to print $4 trillion. And it's going to raise taxes. So what they're trying to do is stimulate inflation, but that makes it harder for the poor and middle class to survive. And so they feel good. They get this free check. It's going to be universal basic income, or MMT, which I call a Marxist monetary theory. It's bad money. It has never worked throughout history.
It stands to reason then, Robert, that if we do have all of this inflation and all of the stimulus and taxes being raised, that, to your point, gold and silver seem to be the best hedge against that. Is that what you advocate? Is that how people should be protecting themselves against this?
I didn't know it at the time. When I saw that copper tinge around the US dime, I went, something is wrong. But intuitively, human beings know what real is and what fake is. And then when Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard, that's why I went looking for gold. But throughout history, every time they've done this, it doesn't end well. So that's why I've been saying buy silver, buy gold. Now, this is the problem, as some of you guys know. The price of silver goes down, but you can't buy it. You can't find it in the stores. There's a shortage of silver. And the same with gold. I was trying to buy gold the other day, and they said, I'm sorry, we can't deliver it to you. But the price isn't going up. So that means it's manipulated to me. I could be wrong, I'm not an expert on it. But for years and years and years, I've been saying, buy silver, buy gold, because that's real money. Not ETFs, real gold, real silver, and keep it in safes far away from your house.
Okay, so now that Bitcoin has hit a record high of over 61K and is now in the high 50K range, is it too late to get into Bitcoin? Where do you see it going?
That's a very good question, because it's always the entry point. Like, I bought Bitcoin at 9,000 and I thought I was being fleeced. But the reason I bought it at 9 was because COVID shut down the world economy. So I thought it was pretty, when they started printing, so I bought Bitcoin at 9. I wish I'd bought it at 10 cents, like a lot of people did. But now I look like a genius, because today it's around 55,000. And I think it's going to go to 1.2 million in 5 more years. So I'm still advocating it all. I prefer gold and silver, I do. because Bitcoin is still untested. But I have the wherewithal to withstand the hit if it goes down. But gold and silver are God's money. The thing that really is strange is I can't buy it at retail. So I go to, a coin dealer and I just test them. I say, have you got any silver? I said, yeah, in about 6 months. Why is the price not higher then? That's what I don't understand.
What do you think is going on with silver? Because you've indicated several times on this program, as well as on your own podcasts, that you suspect that there is some kind of manipulation in the silver market, driven perhaps by the fact that so many of the world's biggest corporations need it for their products, particularly in the tech sector. So expand on that a little bit for us, if you will.
Well, I think the big thing is, for batteries right now. And, there's Tesla, there's Sony, all the tech companies use silver. And they can't find. Another thing too, which is a little bit too technical, is many of the silver mines are in hostile territory. They don't like us. I know because I've been to their countries looking for silver. So silver is getting rarer and rarer and rarer and more in demand. Whereas, I have my gold watch, but you don't use it that much. It's just gold. But silver is burned up all the time. It's used in medicine, it's used in everything. Water purification. So that's why for the last, 15, 20 years, I've been very bullish on silver, and then I couldn't get it. So the other day I called my local dealer up and I said, have you got it? He says, you won't believe this. I got X amount. I said, I'll take it. I paid nearly $30 for it. I've never paid that much for silver, but I'm that bullish on it that I want to get as much as I can now before it moves again. So that's just my psychosis. I'm not saying I'm right. I just love silver. I love gold. I've been all over the world looking for it. I believe in Gresham's law. Bad money drives out good money. And this guy Biden, I'm not blaming Biden, please get me, I'm not Republican or Democrat. I'm just saying that the system is forcing all of us to become gold and silver and possibly crypto buyers right now.
You said you're projecting Bitcoin to be worth over $1 million in about 5 years' time. Is that what you said?
Yes.
And why? Why do you think that? And why do you not think that the government may intervene in one form or another?
Our pensions are going bust. Baby boomers have no money. They shut down the economy. Biden's going to print another 1.9 trillion. So it has never worked. It's Gresham's law. Bad money drives out good money. So when a guy like me gets my hand on a Bitcoin, I'll never spend it. And when I have gold and silver, I've only spent a little bit of my gold. I've never sold it. I'd rather save it. So when I need money, because I'm a real estate guy like Trump, I borrow money. So when interest rates drop really, really low, like they are now, under 4%, I'll borrow millions of dollars because it's fake money. And I'll spend fake money, but I save gold, silver, and today some Bitcoin. Bitcoin is untested yet, but that's why I was happy to get some at 9,000. And I may buy some again today or tomorrow, just because I'm more bullish on it. But I'm not bullish on gold, silver, or Bitcoin. I'm just bearish on Biden and his communist gang. That's what I don't like. These guys are communists. They print money. They're central bankers. I really don't like how they screw everybody. It makes me rich because all the CEOs take all this fake money and they drive up the stock price. But the working class guy is getting screwed. The person working for money, trying to pay the rent, they can't afford to buy a house. They don't buy stocks. They're just surviving day to day, and the price of food keeps going up and all this. That's what happens when you print money. That's what brought Hitler to power, after 1918, when they started, the Weimar Republic started printing all this fake money. You saw it in Zimbabwe, it's happening in Venezuela, and they screw the poor. It makes me sad. Why don't we, I've always said, why don't we have financial education in school? Just teach them Gresham's law. Bad money drives out good money. Yet our school teachers, those idiots, teach kids to save money. You got to be crazy. Just tell kids to save silver. They'd be a lot better off.